This weekend, starting Friday, May 23rd, EA and DICE are kicking off a highly anticipated 72-hour closed alpha test for Battlefield 6. This performance-based alpha event is strictly limited to EA playtest members and the dedicated testers involved in the Battlefield Labs initiative that began in February. Participants, however, will be tightly bound by NDAs, restricting them from publicly sharing gameplay footage or detailed discussions. But we all know there's going to be leaks. Here's why this alpha playtest is so significant for Battlefield, though. To fully grasp this, let's revisit Battlefield's recent rocky past. Battlefield 2042's troubled launch left fans frustrated, citing numerous bugs, balance issues, and missing key gameplay elements. The community backlash was swift and harsh, putting immense pressure on DICE to truly deliver a polished follow-up. Battlefield Labs represents their commitment to community involvement, with more than 600,000 players already signed up to test early builds, giving critical feedback on everything from gun mechanics to map design. This weekend's alpha playtest represents a pivotal moment, showcasing significant new features, mechanics, and new maps. One groundbreaking feature that's generating substantial excitement is the persistent vehicle wreckage. Recent gameplay leaks and numerous Reddit reports indicate destroyed vehicles, including tanks, helicopters, and jeeps, will remain on the map after destruction, dynamically altering gameplay. This innovation promises to revolutionize Battlefield's matches by introducing entirely new strategic elements. Players will need to adapt quickly, using wrecked vehicles as cover or strategically placing explosives to create barriers or choke points. It's going to introduce an authentic feel, with physics-based interactions such as wreckage sliding or debris causing collateral damage to nearby units, enhancing immersion and realism. However, persistent wreckage isn't without its concerns. Players worry about potential clutter, especially in tight or heavily contested areas, that could significantly hinder gameplay flow and visibility. Additionally, older console hardware might struggle with the extra rendering demands, potentially impacting performance. Therefore, this alpha playtest is crucial, demonstrating DICE's capability to manage and optimize these complex environments effectively. Another controversial mechanic introduced through recent leaks is the use of fixed resupply stations instead of the traditional ammo crates. Players will have to navigate to these fixed locations to restock ammo, grenades, and gadgets, turning these points into strategic hotspots that can be contested or even destroyed. While the intent is clear, encouraging teamwork, reducing explosive spam, and enhancing battlefield realism, the community is split on its practicality. Solo players in particular express frustration about potentially being stranded without ammunition mid-fight, disrupting Battlefield's characteristic momentum. The future role of traditional support classes also remains uncertain under this new system. However, we have seen something similar to this in Battlefield 5 with the vehicle resupply stations that seem to work pretty well. Perhaps the most significant community backlash has been centered around DICE's recent announcement regarding Battlefield 6's class system. Mirroring the controversial approach from Battlefield 2042, the new system virtually allows all weapons to be accessible by any class. And to absolutely no one's surprise, this has not gone over well with the community. The Battlefield community has made it clear they want distinct class roles, just like the ones seen in Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. Those games were built around each class having not only unique gadgets and perks, but also class-specific weapon loadouts. You knew exactly what to expect when you saw a player in a certain outfit and planned accordingly. You didn't expect somebody camping in a bush with a ghillie suit to have an LMG. That clarity, that specificness, and that battlefield awareness is a core part of what made classic Battlefield, well, Battlefield. So what exactly is DICE doing here? Well, based on Battlefield Labs update, every class in the game will be able to use almost any weapon. Assault players using sniper rifles, engineers using LMGs, it'll all be allowed. To try and offset this, DICE introduced what they're calling signature weapons. This is going to give players minor perks when using weapons that match their intended classes. For example, the recon class will be able to hold their breath longer while using a sniper rifle, but perks like this just aren't enough for most fans. The deeper issue is that when every class can use every weapon, the reason to pick one class over another gets watered down. It's like everybody's going to be using the same meta, just like in Battlefield 2042. This system is going to include class-specific traits like auto-spotting enemies while aiming down sights for recon, and class-restricted gadgets like laser detonators and deployable beacons. There are also plenty of weapon packages, which are essentially pre-made loadouts for each class. But again, if players could bypass all that and pick any weapon they want, the foundation really starts to crumble. It really doesn't push players to experiment or adapt. It encourages everyone to run the same meta loadout across every class. I can't get over how disappointed I am hearing this. What makes this shift even more frustrating is the timing. The class system change isn't happening by accident. Many in the community suspect that this design is being shaped to better accommodate modes like Battle Royale. In a BR mode, flexibility is key. Everyone's grabbing what they need, no hard rolls, just drop in and adapt. But what works for a BR doesn't necessarily work for core Battlefield multiplayer. DICE trying to merge both philosophies into one system risks losing what made the core experience very unique. And let's be honest, Battlefield has always shined brightest when the classes felt distinct. Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, even Bad Company 2, each one relied on players understanding their role and working together to fill gaps. That kind of gameplay naturally encourages teamwork, variety, and creative play. Letting every class do everything might sound convenient on paper, but it erodes the depth and challenges that gives the game long-term replayability. So while some fans are cautiously optimistic that the signature traits and gadgets might save the system from falling completely flat, many are calling on a full rework before launch, and we'll see if that happens. DICE has confirmed that this system will be included in future Battlefield Labs tests, and if feedback continues to trend this negative, there's a chance that they might pivot. But if they don't, Battlefield 6 could risk repeating 2042's mistakes, watering down what makes the game special in an effort to appeal to everyone and then appealing to no one. Let's get back to some good news though. The alpha test will prominently feature two highly anticipated maps, Abbasid and Aftermath. Abbasid presents an urban battlefield set in a dense Central Asian cityscape, reminiscent of Battlefield 3's beloved Grand Bazaar. Its design will feature narrow alleys, broad plazas, and sniper-friendly rooftops, which will be heavily influenced by the persistent wreckage mechanics, dynamically reshaping battle conditions. Aftermath, which is inspired by Battlefield 3's DLC, offers a vertical, earthquake-ravaged environment, ideal for intricate engagements and extensive vehicle battles. However, there are some valid concerns about optimization and performance due to the detailed nature of these environments. Looking further into some more exciting leaks, we see an extensive destruction mechanic with entire structures collapsing realistically under heavy fire. There's also going to be a robust weapon customization system reminiscent of Call of Duty's Gunsmith. This system will feature multiple attachment slots managed by a point-based allocation system, ensuring balanced and a variety of weapon customizations. Additionally, a new gauntlet mode leaked through data mining introduces tournament-style play with objectives like Deathmatch, King of the Hill, and Capture the Flag. While hearing about a new game mode generates initial excitement, players are questioning the sustainability in the long term. Because as we all know, Battlefield has a hard history of maintaining an active player base across multiple game modes. Leaked server data has also unveiled intriguing details. A commander mode, spectator mode, and a potentially free-to-play option have been identified. Along with that, we're also seeing multiple playable factions spanning various theaters. We're also seeing hints of a Warzone-inspired second chance feature akin to the Gulag, likely for the rumored Battle Royale mode. Additionally, vehicles like horses, boats, and even massive airships reminiscent of the Battlefield 1's behemoths have surfaced in data mines, suggesting a return of varied large-scale warfare. The stakes for this alpha test could not be higher. With Battlefield 2042's disappointment still fresh, DICE must decisively demonstrate progress to restore trust and enthusiasm among the player base. Earlier feedback has shown enthusiastic reception for features like persistent wreckage, vehicle mechanics, and the ambitious map designs. Conversely, criticism of the proposed class system and resupply stations underline community concerns about preserving the franchise's core identity and gameplay fluidity. If the alpha proves successful, it could set a stage for a promising development timeline. Industry insiders predict a significant reveal at June's 2025 Summer's Game Fest, followed closely by an extensive open beta in July or August, finally leading up to an official launch strategically timed for fall 2025. Speculations about additional features including dynamic weather, deeper vehicle customization options, single-player campaigns, and possible battle royale modes have further heightened anticipation. Ultimately, Battlefield 6 stands at a crossroads, balancing innovation and new features with the community's deep-rooted expectations. This alpha test marks a critical opportunity for DICE to validate their new design choices, refine gameplay mechanics, and solidify their commitment to reviving Battlefield's reputation. I'm looking forward to hearing more leaks because the community's involvement is going to be huge in shaping this game's final form. What do you think about the class system? Should they change it? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Battlefield 6 news.